the equation that's thrown free market trade into a tailspin, sending major stock indexes around the globe spiraling. This carefully calculated combination of symbols is the partial work of four renowned economists, including University of Chicago Booth School of Business professor Brent Nyman. And when the Trump administration cited Nyman's research to calculate tariffs, Nyman wrote in a New York Times op-ed today, "They got it all wrong." When President Trump paraded an oversized chart into the Rose Garden as part of his pitch for global tariffs, some economists' eyes popped at the seemingly inflated numbers. University of Chicago Booth School of Business economist Brent Nyman noticed immediately.
My immediate thought is gosh, how could those numbers be so high?
Those numbers, Trump said, showed tariffs levied against U.S. products by other countries.
The European Union, very friendly. They rip us off.
But those numbers, economists explain, aren't tariffs against the U.S., but a calculation of trade deficit between the U.S. and other countries. And it was Nyman's work, in part, from this 2021 research piece on tariffs and evidence of U.S. trade policy that Trump's team cited in calculating those reciprocal tariffs. But the administration's math, he says, doesn't check out.
I think they grabbed the wrong number from our research. The one that I would use from my own research and plug into their equation is actually 4 times larger than the number they used. And as a result, the deficits they calculated are 4 times larger than what I think they should have gotten.
Northwestern economist Martin Eichenbaum knows that report and its authors well.
What's the detriment in using that equation incorrectly?
Well, you're going to get the wrong numbers for the tariff barriers. You're going to find out, you're going to conclude, for example, that various countries are imposing huge tariff barriers when in fact they're not.
Now, as markets reel in the uncertainty of tariffs and global trade, President Trump Monday showed no sign of changing course.
It's the only chance we're going to have to reset the table on trade. And when we do, we're going to come out unbelievably well. We're going to have a strong country economically again. And we're going to have those factories that are empty all over the United States.
Professor Nyman tried to make clear in a New York Times op-ed his philosophy and math does not support these reciprocal tariffs. Nyman, who worked for the U.S. Treasury under the Biden administration, says he has not spoken with the Trump administration directly, but he says he's been told that they're aware of him pointing out their mathematical error. President Trump and his administration have been adamant that this is their best tool to balance the trade deficit. But as you heard from a few economists, some of them do not agree.
Yeah, that message is pretty clear, despite the weeds of the math and all the rest of it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Liz, thank you.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.